Ho. Hi, oi, oi, oi. Hi, ye wa wa ye ya nya do yo jo 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 ye wa jia ji ya. Oh, she ba jia ji wen da do. Ho, she ji wa jia. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. Sorry about the jarring recording in progress there. um, okay, so I'm going to open it up to anybody want to share what they experienced? Any thoughts? Hey, Federico. Any, nope, nobody. Yep, definitely have a strong voice. So cool. Yeah, so what I did was I just cleared everybody's energy. So we just went through and opened up everybody's energy and cleared everything that was in the chakras and just made it available. And if you're somebody who's trying to get your message out in the world, I also opened up the curtains to get that available so that the world can see you better. So that was what we did in that sound healing. Woo, I'm getting all kinds of tingles on that. Okay. So fantastic. Okay. So does anybody have a question, something that needs healing? They want to say something that needs, reading or anything? What do you got? I'm here. Feel free to unmute if you want to. Cataract in the right eye. Inner emptiness. Okay. All right. So let's so Jan Collins, which is not the same thing as JC. Okay. All right, Jan. So let me just tap in. I'm gonna see what I can see about your eye there.
I haven't got a camera on this one. Do you want me to put on get the laptop and get the camera going?
No, that's all right. That's fine. If you don't have anything there, it's fine. Let's just go through. I can come into your energy field and take a look. So okay, so okay. So your right eye is the eye that looks out into the world. Okay. Your left eye is sort of the inner side, right? And the right is the outer world. So when cataract is showing up here, it feels like it's I don't want to see the world. The world is overwhelming and too much, and I just don't want to deal with it. And so the cataract is covering that over. And so it's about being able to be with what is, which I know right now can be a little challenging. I feel like there's like some milkiness in your eye too. Like there's like discharge that feels like it's there. Is that showing up for you?
Sometimes I do get discharge, yeah, in the right
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. It feels like there's that milkiness, that discharge feels like undischarged grief. So if you will send me an email to Kelly at Kelly Sparta, just like you see it on the screen, and remind me, just send me an email. I will send you a audio for clearing grief that will help with that. Okay, I have a sound healing for that. Okay.
So I can't see your email.
Oh, it's you can't see my screen. So it's KELLE
Right.
at KELLE Sparta SPARTA.com. So if you send me an email to that, I'll send you a copy of the sound healing for clearing grief, and that'll help you with that.
Thank you. That'd be amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay, so let me scroll back up here. Uh Inner emptiness. H baby. Okay. I'm assuming if you're commenting here that I have permission to enter your energy field. If that is not true, you need to say so right now because that's what I'm going to do to do these work. So right now I'm going to go to H baby. Um, okay. Yeah. So what I'm feeling is a lockdown of the heart. And it is resulting in this sense of why bother, hopelessness sort of energy to it. And it's a basically what's happened is you got jaded and you decided to say screw it, right? There was just a pulling back from the world, right?
Yeah.
And this so the most deadly thing you can do is give up hope. So because that is a difficult thing to come back from, right? So what you want to do is find something to hope for as soon as humanly possible, right? I don't care how small it is. I don't care how insignificant it is. You need to find something to hope for and invest in it. There is a way in which you need to bring yourself back into the world because it's like you've dissociated, right? That's where the emptiness is coming from, is from this dissociation from the world. You're like, I can't do anything. Why bother, right? And on a grand scale, none of us can do anything, right? So we there's a certain amount of stuff that we have no control over. But on a small scale in our own lives, we have control over everything. We have a choice. Well, not everything. We don't have control over other people, but we have a choice about what we do in our lives on a day-to-day basis. And so, I would say really, really start making some conscious choices and start investing in them, not in the outcome, but in the choice. So it's a very different thing to invest in the outcome versus investing in the choice. The outcome says, I'm invested in this turning out the way that I want it to, which may or may not happen because we don't have control over everything, right? But the other option is to be invested in making choices that are best for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to start making powerful decisions. And I don't even care what the decisions are. It doesn't matter what the decisions are. This is about you stepping into decision making for yourself again, stepping into making choices that have hope attached to them. Okay. But this is why not getting attached to the outcome is super important. I want you to treat it like an experiment, that you're going to make a decision and you're going to try it out and you're going to see what happens. Because if you attach the outcome and it doesn't work, you're going to find it as more reason to be dissociated, right? But if you do it as an experiment, you go, oh, I don't know. How's that going to work? How's this going to work? I'm not really sure. Let's find out, right? Then you're in a better place to be able to keep making decisions and keep taking chances and things like that. Does that make sense?
Um, it does, but I I was basically hurt bad.
You were basically what? I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you
Uh,
went off at the end, so
uh,
I
okay.
didn't get the last word. You were basically what?
I was basically hurt like really bad in a relationship. Not your usual just, heartbreak. It was involved like, he was very abusive towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but I believe that he had narcissistic traits. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that it had a lot to do with how things went with us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been very hard for me, like the confusion that it brought, the chaos and all of that. And it's um, like you were saying before, it's like a why bother kind of situation. I did meet someone else. We've been together for about a year, and he's been very good with me.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain times that like he can't be with me a lot, and it's like then I think to myself, well, why? And I know that it stems back to the relationship that I was in.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
feel
I
that you
know
are
that this person,
energetically you're energetically still connected to the ex.
yes,
When
I
you were
am
talking
very much
about him,
so.
I can feel your energy
Mm-hmm,
still wrapped up in him.
mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna tell you how to disconnect. Okay, I can't do this for you, but I can tell you how to do it. The
Okay,
challenge that we have as empaths is we have a tendency to mix our energy fields with our partners, and then when we
mm-hmm,
break up, we end up keeping part of our partner's energy, and they keep part of ours, and it's an ugly mess until we clear it
mm-hmm.
up. So I want you to clear it up right now. Okay, so what I'm going to
Okay,
have you do, and I'm not going to sit through this with you because I got a bunch of other people waiting, but I'm going to tell you how to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to imagine yourself in a room with your ex. You're going to see him. You're going to imagine a pillar of light coming through him, and the energy is coming up below his feet to the so you get the bottom of his energy field, right? All the way up
okay,
through his body and up and out. And as that energy comes up through him, it's catching all of your energy and it's bringing it back to you. And then you're going to do the same thing with you. You're going to go down below your feet, have the energy come up through you, catching all of his energy and bringing it up and sending it back to him. That will separate you from him and it will allow you to release yourself from that dynamic, which will then allow you to heal. Okay?
okay, okay.
All right. I'm going to wish you
Thank
well
you.
with that. You're welcome. Okay, I've got hands up. So I think Krista was first hand up. I'm not sure. I think so. So Krista, do you want to unmute?
Hello.
Hi.
Um, I have trouble deciding what it is that I want help or support with. I have probably three different things that feel like things that could be helpful. So is it maybe best if I just let you right into my field and
Give me
let
number
you
two.
connect? Number two,
Give me number two.
um, it has to do, it's the question of whether the house that I currently live in is the healthiest and best physical environment for me and for my family.
Physical environment, because it's haunted, you know.
Okay. So tell me about all the ways that it does or doesn't support
Well,
me.
so what are you worried about physically?
I've wondered about mold. Um, my son has one son has autism and one son has POTS. They both have some autoimmune and inflammatory kind of involvements, and I've just wondered if there's um, some mold in the houses that we've lived in that have spurred that on.
Well, so I'm going to tell you, I'm very practical. I'm a shaman. Okay, so I'm
Yes.
going to tell you that that's not a question you should ask a psychic. That's a question you should like go buy a test kit and just run it, right? Because that's going to give you a definitive answer, right?
Okay.
So yeah, just go buy a mold test kit. You can buy one, and it'll
Okay.
be
So
then you'll
what are
have
the
the answer,
other
right?
dimensions of where we're living that are supporting us or not?
Well, you've got a ghost in the house. It doesn't feel like it's problematic. It doesn't
Okay.
feel like it's supportive. It just feels like it's there, right?
Okay.
You know, some ghosts are supportive and some are problems and some just exist in the space, and yours is the third. I don't see a problem with it. It doesn't need to be banished, but it's not helping per se.
Okay.
In regards to although it does give off the scent of smoke every now and again. So so yeah, which is interesting. I don't know why.
We actually have never been able to use the fireplace in that house
Oh,
because of the way that smoke doesn't exit. We've
okay.
had it checked out, but it doesn't exit.
Yeah.
We've also had like screeching pipes, plumbing pipes in the house, and we've
Yeah,
redone some stuff,
that's
but
not the
it's
ghost. That's a lack of proper venting in your pipes.
okay. Yeah,
So
I thought that we
yeah.
had fixed that. I just wondered because it's kind of a ghostly sound.
Yeah, not the ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just old pipes. Improperly installed, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, the yeah, I don't really have a lot for you on this one. Why don't you pick something else
Okay.
real quick?
Okay. It has to do with the fact that it ties into the last caller a little bit. When I
Into
was
what?
to the last caller's
Last
concerns
caller.
a
Okay.
little bit.
Mhm.
When I was pregnant with and gave birth to both of my sons, I was extremely hopeless. Um, I've since learned that maybe my soul wasn't in my body.
That can
Anyway, it was
happen.
a
Yep.
very dark period. Now my soul is back in my body just over the last month. I struggle with a lot of feeling very responsible for having brought them into such a desert of love. Um, I had arranged for my first son to be adopted, and I just feel that there's a lot of pain there created by that rejection, even though I did keep him. I feel there's a really deep wound there, and I don't know what can be healed through my energy field with that. My second son was also born into like quite a unwelcoming situation that was born of my choices. Um, and he came in not breathing. So I feel quite a lot of responsibility around that.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to say is that we choose our parents, and we choose our parents for a reason. I came into a world that was so my mother desperately wanted me and then proceeded to put off my birth because she wanted her doctor to be the one to deliver me. And so they were like drugging her to keep me from being born, right? My
Oh
dad
my.
did not want kids, right? But I chose that life and it turned me into this person. And that's why I chose that life, right? It's because I needed those things to force me to do the work to become the person I am today. We all choose our parents for a reason. And we are being incarnated into the soul family with those parents. So you have been incarnated with your children and your partner many times in the past, right? So we come in and we serve in different roles for different reasons, right? So you know, this was this was what they chose. This was what you guys agreed to. If you think about this as like a really complex virtual reality game, right? We all choose the characters we're going to play before we walk into this life, and we choose the scenarios that we're going to walk into and how the dynamic is going to be and how it's going to go, and then we go and we incarnate. And that's the agreement before we come in. So I would not worry about it. You know, do what you need to do when or if the energy shows up to be cleared, because in this reality, it is real. And I use air quotes because real here is not real.
Yeah, but it
But in
feels
this
real.
reality is real to the people
Yeah.
in the moment. And so, you know, be with it in the moment. If you want, you can do some meditation and connect with their higher spirits and say, you know, I am, and apologize if that's what you feel like you need to do. Apologize. And you know, make space and open a welcoming energy and hold them and all of that, right? You beating yourself up doesn't fix it.
No, and I
Okay.
recognize
Yeah.
that. I just noticed that I'm carrying some of this. It's very heavy, and I know it doesn't serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, here's the hard thing about knowing about beating yourself up. Every time you are beating yourself up, every time you are judging yourself, you are in resistance to growing.
Hmm.
And so the more you let go of that, the faster you can actually begin the process of healing and growth.
Okay.
And so it's when we look backwards, it is not to judge ourselves. It is to learn from what we've done and to say, okay, this worked, this didn't work. How am I going to do it different? How do I want to move forward? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's simply that. And it's
Yeah. And I
if
have so much compassion for who I was and what I felt my choices were and what I understood at that point.
right.
And I have compassion for them coming into that,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's hard to not feel some heartbreak around that. But
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So sit in meditation and do some work with their higher selves because they're too young right now to understand. Right.
Well, they're 19 and 23 now.
Oh, well, never mind then. My
They're
bad.
coming into
You look
their
very
own.
young.
Thank you. I was young. Poor life choices.
So yeah, I mean, you could sit down with them and have that conversation. But you have to decide as their parent, is that going to do more good or more harm? If it, or is it not going to be functional, right? Because sometimes it's just not functional. If
I
it's
like
going to
the
do harm,
higher self
yeah,
idea
that's
much
what I was going
more.
to say. If
Yeah.
it's not going to be good, then I would just do the higher self work.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. All right, Nadira. No, I don't think she.
Hi there.
Ah, there she is. Hi. Did I
How
say
are
that
you
right?
doing? Yes, you did. You pronounced it right, and that's awesome because most people say everything else. So I'm very grateful for that.
Awesome. So what can I do for you?
Okay, so I hopefully my questions are appropriate.
Mhm.
The first question that I have is I would like to know if you can sense or if you can tell me when would I move. Right now, I live in a townhouse. However, I was told by the leasing manager that I'm not supposed to be here because I don't work. I'm on disability and I don't
Mhm.
have any children, so I have to stay within the guidelines. So I could move out like any day now. They have to give me 30 days at least. But I live in a best complex in New Orleans, so no one wants to move out. I have to move into a 1 bedroom apartment. So as soon as someone moves out, that's when I would have to move. I just wanted to know if you could see if that would be this year or next year.
April.
Woo, April. I love it because I love it here. I love my neighbors. I hug the tree. Um, it's big and spacious. And the thing is, I'm not upset that I'll have to move because my rent is going to drop all the way down to $9. So I can't
Holy cow.
complain.
No, you can't complain about that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's the next year because I have more tree hugging and stuff like that too. Yes. So thank you for answering that. And I have another, I guess this is like a question slash suggestion. So
Okay.
I have psychic abilities a lot, like really strong when it comes to my dreams. My dreams are very prophetic. I had a
Mhm.
dream of Hurricane Katrina before it happened. It was repetitive. I just thought it was bad dreams, so I kept ignoring it. We did leave, thankfully. And stuff like that and normal everyday life things where I might see a relative in my dream and then 2 weeks later I'll happen to run into them. So I'm an artist. I'm a visual
Mhm.
artist. I can do self-portraits, I can do landscapes. So I was thinking about starting up a business on Etsy where
Mhm.
I could maybe paint a picture of a person's higher self, but
Yes.
I was trying. That's been heavily on my mind because my portraits they don't always come out looking exactly like the person, but it looks very, I would say, spiritual. A lot of people would tell me, and it's
Yeah.
still beautiful. You think that's something that I can market?
Yes. That feels like a really strong option for you. You will definitely want some samples to show because
Okay.
people aren't going to have a point of reference until they see somebody else's, right? So
Okay.
I would definitely do some samples to have because otherwise people are like, I don't know what that is, right?
Right.
But and then you would want to have a description of why somebody would want to have an image of their higher self, right? I mean, some people are going to want it just because it's cool, right?
Right.
But what do they get from having the picture of their higher self? Do they have the ability to connect with it more easily? Can they have it watching over them on a regular basis? I mean, these sorts of things. You get that idea. And then
Yes.
I feel like there's an energetic that so like what you're doing right now is you're painting the image of the person as you see them, and you're seeing their higher self overlapped on it. What I would encourage you to do is when you do your paintings, because you have this ability, I would encourage you to infuse the paint with the energy of the higher spirit that you're seeing. And
Okay.
so that it's energetically charged. It's not just an image, but it's a connection to the higher self of that person. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that way, you're gonna make more sales that way, and you'll be able to charge more that way too.
Okay.
Okay.
And I should market it that way as well. Like,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because a picture of a higher self is all about the spiritual side of it,
right.
right? So that's the just something to look at is a novelty. It's not, there's no benefit to it, right? But if you have
Right.
the energetic connection to it and you can physically touch the painting, if you're having a hard time connecting with your higher self and you can touch that painting to get that connection, that is valuable, right? That is an
Wow.
ongoing connection piece, right? You see the difference?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much. What is your name?
Kelly. I'm Kelly
Kelly.
Spota. Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're very welcome, Nadira. All right. Let's see. Let me look at the next one on the list here. Hold on. We have anxiety and chronic pain that can shut you down from Matthew. Okay. Do you want to talk about that a little more, or do you want me to just hop in? He's unmuting.
I'm unmuting. Sure. Well, it's kind of a chicken and egg thing for me.
Mhm.
I've had chronic pain problems and chronic health problems for years now, decades. And the chronic pain causes anxiety. The chronic pain causes insomnia. The
Mhm.
anxiety causes insomnia. So it's like which is causing which and which is feeding which. You know, that's what I go through is never knowing if, when I decide to venture out of home and not be a hermit, because I often am because of those things, when I go and I take those risks, you know, I'm going to have the anxiety about, well, what happens if I'm feeling pain while I'm out? And
Right.
and it's just it's a vicious cycle.
So the impression I'm getting is that the pain is sort of all over. Is that accurate?
It can be all
Okay. It feels
seasonal in
inflammation
nature,
related.
but it causes nerve pain that can go throughout my entire body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it feels inflammation related. And like you're swollen. And the first thing I'm going to ask is, what do you do to sweat on a regular basis?
To sweat on a regular basis?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a very, very, how do I say it? I'm a furry person who tends to just, I've been called a heat furnace. So I sweat. It's easy to sweat. It's not a challenge.
Okay. So um now you live in a colder climate though, right?
I do.
Yeah. So I want to say what the difference is because I too am a furnace. Okay. And I am a bigger girl and I am a furnace. And I lived in Boston and I could sweat, because I was also menopausal, right? So body sweats and the whole 9 yards. But it wasn't until I moved down here to Panama where I was sweating all day, all the time, that the inflammation really came down. And so there's I'm feeling like there is an energy around sweating, that you need to do more sweating, that you need to get more of the toxins out of your system and drink more water and sweat more, because that's a factor here. There's let me see what else is here. Hold on. So what's the anxiety about? 'Cause, I mean, you're going to have the pain whether you're out and about or not, right? So what's the thing about being out and having the pain?
Well, because it's gastrointestinal, there's always the
Okay.
concern you're going to go out there and it's, you know, going to be, you're going to go out there, you're going to have a beautiful meal, it's going to be really, really nice. And then suddenly you're having to run to the bathroom, and going to the bathroom is what's going to cause you the pain,
Right.
causing the pain to, and it's bad.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've spent years going to doctors and figuring out what they could figure out. And I've had, as a young child, I had health problems that probably have caused some of this. And, you know, it's just,
This feels like it's coming forward from a past life, though. Hold on, let me
okay.
check. Hold on. Yeah. There was a lifetime in which you died from cancer. And there's okay, hold on. So there was someone that you loved so much in that life that you had to leave when you died, that you promised her you would never forget that life, and then therefore never forget her. And this is the way that you're staying connected to that life and that memory. Now, ironically, Wytchwhisper was that person. So I'm saying this out loud because you didn't forget her and you can let go of the health issues so that you don't have to hold that life that way because you've already found her again. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to let that settle for you because that's going to need to settle through your beingness. Okay. I'm going to leave you with that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Um,
So
yes.
thank you very, and I think that's what I needed right now. Um, Life has been so strange and it's a wild ride that got me here. You know that. I
Mm-hmm.
own a drum, you know, and your drum right now is between here and Connecticut and it has to come to me. So I'm waiting for my parents to be able to mail that to me. But it's a matter of these things come out of pocket for me. So I have to slowly bring things that are stuck there here. And I got to come here like I did leave Texas with 2 suitcases and a djembe drum. That's how I did it. And I believe in the magic of the universe, and that's what you'll hear when I talk later. But thank you very much for all that you do. And
Thank
I'm
you.
honored that you were able to give me this insight today. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. You're welcome. Okay, Casey. Multiple health issues, now concerned about cardiovascular issues, clogged arteries, and blockages. Casey, is Casey still here? Yeah. Do you want to add anything to that, Casey?
Yes, actually I did. I got interrupted, so I wrote more. I had
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Left eye, cataract, system infections, gut infections, period. Holy cow.
Yeah, I know. I've been on this journey for a very long time. I'm very frustrated. I feel like I've just been going nowhere and actually new things are popping up. I actually wonder, is it anything to do with negative energies in this apartment and or mold? Because everything has been since I've been here, and I feel like it's a, rock of Gibraltar to be able to lift anything, and I'm move out of here. I'm kind of been stuck. It's a long, complicated story.
Yeah. Um, well, it's definitely an energetic issue because so what it feels like is it feels like you had you that it started off with a frustrating issue, with a singular frustrating issue, and that wasn't diagnosed properly and was problematic, and no solutions coming and things like that. And what it feels like is that energetically you've invested in this idea that there is no solution and that there's no help coming for you. This feels like it is a pattern repeat from your childhood. That there's no help coming. Actually, this also goes back to a past life as well, where you died of exposure, and that you had injuries and there was nobody to help you fix them, and all of that. And so this feels like it's carrying forward into this life, and that this singular issue that it wasn't getting resolved then snowballed into these other issues because it's triggering all this past life stuff for you. And so the answer here for you is going to be to do some meditation and go back to that past life where you died. I'm seeing you out on a frozen tundra somewhere. And you were a man in that life, and you broke a leg, and there were other things that happened along the way, and you died of exposure. And so I think for you, I would sit and do some meditation, go back to that life, and talk with that person, because they need witnessing. They need to be witnessed. They died alone, and that was their deepest fear. And they need to be witnessed and to not be alone in that death. And you can go back from this life to that one and be with them for that death. And that will free up a lot of your energy in this life. I feel like it's going to solve like 2/3 of everything that's wrong with you right now.
Wow. So I don't have any memory of that. So
You don't have to. It's not necessary.
Okay.
Just imagine the person that I'm talking to you about. He was a big guy. He was dark hair, big hefty beard. It was probably 6'3", big burly guy who was like super independent and capable and whatever. And he went out on the tundra to go deal with stuff. And something about he was out with his dogs, and the dogs left. They got spooked by something and they left, or something. I don't know. Something happened to the dogs, and and in the process of that, he got thrown from the sled and broke his leg, and that's how he died. And so that's all you're going to need to know to go and have this conversation.
Okay, I'm curious. So you're seeing if it's which leg it is?
Left leg.
Wow. And I have a blockage there. Arterial blockage. Is that related?
Likely, yes. Like I said, about 2/3 of what you got going on here is related to that.
And if I do this meditation work myself, it should.
Yeah, I mean, if you can go in and imagine it and have that conversation and you feel like it's successful, then it's successful. If you're having a hard time connecting, you may want to talk to a past life regression person and do it that way. but I mean, I think you're perfectly capable of doing this on your own.
Awesome. I will try that. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You're very welcome.
Such a pleasure meeting you. You're a pretty amazing person and awesome gifts.
Thank you. Thank
Great
you.
energy. Thank you. Much love.
You're welcome. Okay, Shannon. Weight fluctuates with fluids, can gain 4 to 6 kilograms out of nowhere. Is Shannon here? Yes. Okay. Do you want to add
Hello.
anything? Hey.
Yeah, so that's what happened. And I just really feel out of control when it comes to like eating and things like that. And yeah, like I'll be on a fast and all of a sudden it would just, I don't know what will come over me, but yeah. And then like after I'll spend the day, not full binge eating, but of eating some food, all of a sudden, bang, I've gained like 4 to 6 kilos. This happened literally a day ago.
So I just need to get a perspective on this. Are you a larger person like me, or are you a smaller person?
It's me.
Okay, so smaller. Yes, okay. So yeah, just let me feel into it. Hold on. So I kind of feel like do you go through sort of feast and famine sort of ways of being? Like where you just won't eat for a long time and then you'll eat and then you won't eat for a while? Are you doing intermittent fast? Yep.
So well I've sort of been intermittent fasting for a number of years, so that's not a lot. But I've recently sort of seen how to do it properly. I've recently come across fasting for autophagy, which is killing the old cells and regenerating. But I've been having a lot of trouble fasting with it for autophagy. Whereas, so I have done a couple of 36-hour fasts, but I really can't go much longer than that. So yeah, but that's only recent, and I don't feel that that's. I know you've seen that, and it's recent, but that hasn't. I struggle to sort of do it.
Okay, so this was pre that, because I'm feeling like that's contributing.
Pre doing that, yeah. So
okay,
So pre doing that, all of that was still occurring before, anyways. But maybe not up to the 6 kilo mark, but it would still go up by 2 to 4 kilos. It's something that's been going on all my life. Like when I, and I'll see, I like have distortion. Like I'll see myself in the mirror and I'll think that I'm fat. When I look back at photos and I think, oh, I wish I was like that now. It's been going on for years.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I am seeing that the fasting is not helping with that, just for the record. So it feels like I feel like you've got, how do I say this? So there's like two pieces that are going on back and forth here. I'm trying to interpret the energy, so bear with me. There's one that feels like there's an allergy that is kicking in. And it feels like no, what is this? It's so it feels like it's salt related, but that salt's not the allergy. That's not what I'm saying. But it feels like it's salt related. So maybe the magnesium is a salt, right? That's what's showing up is magnesium. Are you supplementing with magnesium at all? You should just stay unmuted while we do this, because I'm going to ask you questions. So
Who are we talking to again? I'm sorry.
Shannon.
Shannon? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll unmute her again.
Okay.
Sorry, I muted so that everyone didn't have to listen to the noise, as I was at home before, but had to catch a bus in the morning, so I was just listening. So I haven't been taking magnesium, but yeah, the other thing is, so I'll be trying to do energy work and clearing and all that, and I feel this has a lot to do with maybe where I'm at inside. And I
Mhm.
don't know how to sort of balance that and balance it for good. The magnesium, I probably could take some magnesium, and I may be mineral deficient. I'm unaware, but yeah, like I sort of can't pinpoint it. When I was doing a
Yeah.
lot of Akashic healing in 2022, I was really the skinniest I've ever been in my life. And then now I haven't been doing much Akashic healing because how much can you actually do? But I try and, I recently was able to access my guides, and I've been getting some information that way. And I suppose I've been waiting for it to go away, because usually I'll be really clear one minute and then not clear the next. But yeah, like I wonder if it's got something to do with that, and how I can just balance myself entirely all the time. And the other things I find, so whenever I started doing Pilates in February, and all of a sudden from doing the Pilates and the muscle training, I'll gain 2 kilos from there. So I don't know if whether water or fat's being stored in
No,
the
well,
muscle
yeah,
or
that
not.
makes
But
sense. If you're doing muscle building, you're going to gain weight. That's just the nature of the beast, because
you
muscle
can't
weighs
gain
more than fat. But yeah,
can't gain 6 kilos in muscle in like I've
no.
gone from literally 66 to 74.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm feeling is energetically, the energy that's coming through is that there's like, and the reason I asked about the magnesium is because magnesium has a tendency to feel, a magnesium deficiency tends to feel like a neediness for the body. And so I'm getting this sense of the body having a neediness and trying to hold on to all of the liquid that it gets at times, until it feels like it's got so much liquid, and then it just dumps it all, right? And this feels like your body is reflecting a need in your soul. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously the short answer is drink a lot of water, because then it'll release it faster, and do some magnesium supplementing. But at the underpinning of it, it feels like there is a need in your soul that it's trying to quench with the thirst. And so that it's like you're trying to drink in so water is typically a reflection of the waters of life, right?
Yeah.
So it's likely a mother wound, because mom is the original source of the waters of life, right?
Yeah.
And so it's likely a mother wound that you're looking at to be able to process that. Okay. So I would really go and do some work around mom and anything that's outstanding with her, and address, this is less about her and
And
more
would
about
it be-
your need.
Would it be about me being a mum? Because I've got a son.
Not likely. No, it's
Okay, so
existed
it's to
for
do with
longer than
her.
your son. So therefore it's about your mom, right?
It's not past life. Is it past life as well? I feel I was the lady in the lake.
It feels like it can be connected. There's a past life where you were drowned for a witch. And so that feels like it may be related. But the solution isn't there, it's here. And so the key for you is going to be to step into that. So the need for mom energy is the need for nurturance. It's the need for being loved and seen. Yeah.
I don't want to hold up too much more of your time, but before, earlier when I was listening to you, you had a lady there and you said to her to go and imagine her ex-partner and herself with the light. Do you have a tool like that for me that I can continue to do while you move on to the next person? Just quickly start me off.
Do you know what the issue is? Let me start with that.
I didn't feel loved growing up. So yeah.
Okay. So then, I do have I do have a solution for you. It's something to start with. So 2 things. One is I want you to, and I know we're almost done, so I'll be wrapping up. But the first thing I'm going to say is walk through the world and accept love from every stranger you see. So if somebody steps out of your way and as you're walking down the sidewalk, accept it as a gift of love. If someone opens the door, accept it as a gift of love. If someone smiles at you, accept it as a gift of love. If they let you out in traffic, it's a gift of love. Everything is a gift of love. You can receive it with no worries about having to give it back, which is a wonderful way to practice receiving love. Okay. because those of us who had transactional love issues, we were like, we're not going to receive the love because I don't want the obligation that comes with it. So screw you. I'm not receiving this, right? So start with that. Okay. And then the second thing is to go back and do a meditation every day for 10 or 15 minutes and just go back to the very beginning, the first memory you have in life. And every time you can see somebody giving you a piece of love, actively receive it, because all of that love sits in your energy field until you receive it. So you will have weeks and weeks of doing this if you start at your earliest memory and keep working your way through. Okay. That's going to be a great way to start to heal this for yourself. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
And that's my time. It's actually a minute more than my time, but
It's
Thank you so
okay.
much.
It's all good.
Thank you.
All good.
yeah, my pleasure.
So Kelly, I would like to personally apologize for starting the recording when you were doing your thing. I didn't realize it would do that,
Yeah, no worries.
unfortunately. Okay, so if you guys want to get a hold of Kelly and some of her things, then just look in the local chat. I put her email address and her website. You guys can check that out. For the next hour, I'm going to be doing yearly readings for people that want the season of the year, that sort of thing.
Can I just say one thing before I'm done?
Sure.
If you guys go to my website, there's a free course called Boundaries for Empaths. I will add it to the chat in a minute, but everybody in this room is an empath. I can feel it. You guys go sign up for that. It's free. Okay. I'll post it in the group. Okay. I'm done now.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, I want that. Or I gotta check that out. Could you email me that? Because it's harder for me to get it from chat.
Absolutely. I will take
Thanks.
care of that.
All right. Okay, so I need you guys to raise your hands if you want a reading. So I can choose ya, sort of thing. It's a 12-month reading. Okay, JC. Kelly, you want one too?
I want one.
Okay. Well, I'll do Kelly first because she's open already. So yeah, that's how I'll do that. But just, yeah, put your hands up and I will definitely get to you. I'm here for an hour doing this, so feel free. Our next guest is going to be Tuna Oddfellow. For those of you that are here to see him, he is coming up. And let's see, Kelly Sparka, what is coming up for the next year for you? All right. Ooh. Hey, you got change coming. Let me just lay out the cards first, though, before I start explaining everything. All right, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 for next October. All right. So let's see. Next month in November, we have the Death card. I'm sure you know. That's just about change, liberation, empowerment, innovation, transformation, rebirth, the dawn of a new era. And for December, you have a really nice card. You have the Four of Wands, which is blessing, harmony, harvest, improvement, prosperity, productivity, happy and secure home, stable life, solid business partnership. pursuit of creativity, which is always good. In January, you have the moon, which is going to use a lot of your intuition. You're going to get prophetic dreams. You're going to, you could run into some tricks and lies, and you might have some fear and sorrow. But anything, I always tell people, anything that you run into that's negative in a reading, you can always overcome it either by changing your decisions or getting energy healing from a healer, because they can always help you with your blocks and things like that, that'll help you make better decisions.
Remind me, I'm taking notes. That's why I'm typing.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's January. Then February, you might have a bit of relationship problems in February. Maybe they won't get you the chocolates you want or something. Tis the season, after all. There might be a bit of loneliness, sadness, suffering, pain. That was the Ace of Cups upside down. And after February, we have March, which is the King of Wands upside down. It's arrogance, deception, injustice, rigidity, prejudice, conflict, aggression, intolerance. So a bit more of the same from February. Oh, but the good news is February, March, April, you have victory. We have the Six of Wands, which is victory, accomplishment, acclaim, accolades, decide wisely, good news, conquer, promotion. Well, you promote yourself because you're your own boss, which is always good. And that's March, April, May. May is the Knight of Wands. We got impulsive, keep moving, energy, love the fun. You're going to have fun, sense of humor, lots of enthusiasm, optimism, excitement, generosity, love, sports. I can't imagine loving sports, but kudos to you if you can. Confidence and journey. All right, so June, you have the Three of Cups, which is just awesome. That's a joyful occasion, satisfaction, a reunion with people from your past, uniting with others, happy times, hobbies, good fortune, playful, hospitable, awards, ceremony, and harvest. And then you have, okay. So we got July is the Ace of Wands upside down, which is delayed false starts. You might have a bit of failed attempts of stuff that you're trying to do, some wasted energy, some misconduct. You have to be careful about selfishness, impotence or infertility, false hope, poor planning, and failure, which sucks. But all that can be changed, as you know. Just
Yep, no panic.
being aware of it is half the battle.
Yep.
Yeah. And the month after that, which is August, you have hope, opportunities, rekindle an old love. That's interesting. Global, good news, acceptance, new relationships, and restore an old relationship. So that can either be an old love, or if you're wanting to work on your relationship problems that you have earlier in the year, you'll be able to restore it back to what you want it to be.
What card was that?
that was the Five of Cups upside down.
Five of Cups reversed.
And then you have the month after that.
September.
September is the Hanged Man. We got materialism, rigid thinking, unsatisfied, listless, lack of effort, stuck in the present state, unwilling to give up the past, and excessively suitable, which was kind of different. Yeah, I'm not really sure if that resonates with you, but
Well, that's a year from now, so who knows? It's the middle of my Saturn return, so who knows?
yeah, the next October will be the Hierophant, which is spiritual progress, which is always a good thing. Wise counsel, bridge, prayer, the spiritual power, righteousness. You might have a little bit of loneliness. You'll be teaching, of course, seeking advice. And that's pretty much that.
Okay.
And then overall for the year, you have power, you have your strength to guide you. Your power.
What? Strength is the card?
Strength is the card, yeah.
Okay.
You got inner strength, action, patience, clever, gentle force, high status, self-discipline, heroism, protection, courage, and energy. All right. So that's Kelly's reading.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions about anything?
Nope. I can go check the cards and do some work with them personally, but thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, I recommend that you guys do that if you have your own cards. You can totally check out what they say, and they may give you more information than I'm giving you here. Because every card deck, well, they have pretty much the same meanings, but there's some decks that are a little different depending upon the creator, of course, and that sort of thing. And we all have our favorites. So, all right, JC, I'm going to unmute you. Thank you, Kelly. JC, are you there? Hello? Okay, maybe I'll go to Nadira. Oh. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna do Nadira really quick, and then I'll go back to you, JC. Because I'll have to follow what you ask in local. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're a Celtic witch. All right, Nadira.
Hi.
Hi. Are you ready for a year prediction?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. All right. So we have to find out what is in store for Madeira this year. This coming year, what's going to happen? Oh my goodness. We had the 10 of Cups card fall out. But it was upside down, unfortunately. So there might be there's either going to be a loss of friendship or conflict in a marriage, disagreement in the family. There's going to be some unhappiness in regards to family and friends there.
Okay.
All right. That one really wanted to be seen, so that's why it popped out like that.
Okay.
I'm just laying out the rest of the cards for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And please feel free to write this down, because then you can always refer back to it during the year. And
Okay.
check out how it goes.
Right.
And like the decisions you make will always change your future path as well. So if you make really radical decisions that are different than what you'd make today, it'll definitely affect your reading, and you should get another one.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So the first card you have is in November. You got the Hanged Man. You're going to learn some sort of lesson in November. You're going to have enlightenment. You're going to have a unique perspective. You might have to sacrifice, make some sort of sacrifice to learn that lesson, but you'll be willing to because you're going to be dedicated. It's saying dare to be different, which is always good advice, I think, personally. And
Okay.
then in December, you're going to have a bit of sadness, some emotional pain. You got the 3 of Swords here. So it's difficulties in a relationship or a lost love. It is the season to remember those that we've lost and that sort of thing. There might be a misunderstanding with somebody, upheaval. Just be aware of it. Being aware of it's half the battle.
Now that's for 2025 or
2024 December. Yeah,
okay.
that's for this December. So that's like in 2 months, sort of
Okay.
thing. And then January, which is 2025, we have self-doubt. Don't let your negative self-talk tell you lies. You have some insecurities. This is the Strength card upside down. You got to watch out. You got to watch out for bullies, because bullies will try to target you that month in January.
Okay.
Yeah, you might feel a bit of a lack of direction, but it gets better because in February we have the Ace of Cups, which is a really nice card. I love the Ace of Cups.
Okay. That's my
it's-
birthday month.
You're gonna have new emotional outbreaks, a lot of deep thinking. You might even start a business in February. You're gonna remember your first love. You're gonna have love, happiness, friendship, kindness, peace, and sensuality, because it is that month for
Okay.
sensuality. All right, and then February, March. March, you have the King of Wands upside down. He could be deceptive. He could be a bit prejudiced. You might have some conflict with people, maybe a bit of aggression, some intolerance, which is always unfortunate. Let's see, February, March. March. April. April is going to be your month of victory. Accomplishment, because we have the 6 of Wands, which is always a good card to have. You're going to decide wisely. You're going to have success. You're going to have confidence, good news, conquer problems, solve problems, and you might even get a promotion.
Okay. And I'm moving.
Well, then it's all going to work out.
Yes.
It'll be everything you want it to be.
Yes.
Which is always good if you're moving to a new place, I think.
Yes. Kelly just told me that for April.
Yeah. Okay, so February, April, May. May is your Ace of Wands, upside right. That's new ideas, new start, birth, new experiences, inspirational, innovative, optimistic, trusting. You're going to have tenacity, creativity, fertility, growth, sexuality. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, what Ace of Wands is a card of sexuality.
Okay.
So that's what you can look forward to in May. And then, oh, it's a survey. Just gotta. All right. Let's see. Now we have May, June. What month are we on? Are we on May?
Yes, we're on. You just did May, so now we're on June.
Now we're on June. Okay, thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that because the phone totally frazzled me. All right, so you have the Three of Cups, which is a joyful occasion, delight, satisfaction, reunion. Sometimes it means reunion with past people from your past.
Okay.
Happy times, hobbies, good fortune, playful. You might even get awards in some sort of ceremony or have some sort of harvest if you like to farm or have a garden. Or, harvest could be anything that you're currently involved in too. So, all right, so that was June. This is July's the Wheel of Fortune, which is always good. You're going to have good luck, improvement, opportunity, development. You're going to encounter your destiny. New doors are going to open. You're going to have a lucky turn. You're going to have karma, and it'll be good karma because it's your month of good luck.
Okay.
Okay. That was all right. So your next month after that, you have the Magician. It's upside down, unfortunately. So you're going to have some things that you're counting on may be delayed. You might have some unrealistic goals. You might make some mistakes. And you might have a hard time deciding on something. You have to be careful about arrogance or avoiding your problems. Because, procrastination can be evil. And so that's for that month. And then we have September. September, we have the Page of Cups, which is a social invitation. Love, warmth, attraction, the exchange of emotions, gentle emotions, friendliness. An important message might come your way that month. So keep an eye out for that.
All right.
For next October, you have the Queen of Pentacles upside down. There might be some stagnation that month. There might be some suspicion, short-sightedness. Be careful of being gluttonous or laziness. You might have some insecurities. But if you're aware of them, then you can defeat them. And with the help of either yourself or your energy work that you need to do, then you can release some blocks and conquer all of that stuff. So
okay.
I think you'll be good. Yeah, that was a pretty decent rating. You got a lot of good things that you're going to be encountering this year.
Yes, that's pretty good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. All right. Now, JC. I got to do JC. All right, JC, are you there? Okay, great. I'm going to be watching local chat for you. And you just want the yearly reading? Find out what's going to happen this year. Okay. All right. I'm so glad you can hear me because it would be so hard to do this and type at the same time. All right, let's see what we have here. What is in JC's future? What is in JC's future? Oh, that's okay. What is in the future? The JC this year. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right. So let's see. For in November, we have the King of Pentacles upside down, which is an error. Sometimes it's materialism. You have to be careful about stupidity and ignorance, greed, dishonesty from other people as well as yourself. You might have a bit of clumsiness, so be careful in regards to that. You might be a bit of a workaholic, which is good money-wise, but not so good for other stuff. At least your family won't think so. You're a workaholic. I never get to see you. That sort of thing. Anyway, you have, that's in November. In December, you have a difficult choice to make. You might have too many choices. You cannot decide. You have random thoughts, wishful thinking, poor concentration, uncertainty, some scattered energy, illusion, inability to cope. That's all December. That is the 7 of Cups, upside right. So you might want to check it with your deck and see what that says too. Margaret, you can definitely have a reading. Just put your hand up and I will get to you. And if I don't get to you, Matthew will, because he's next. Or not Matthew, Tuna Oddfellow. All right. So we got the Fool upside down for January, which is impulsive, risky, yeah, a bit of irresponsible recklessness. You might make some bad decisions. You're going to have a bit of a lack of vision, some sort of unexpected problem like people always seem to have in January because we overspent in December and that sort of thing. So just be aware of those problems and then maybe you can avoid them. January, February. February is going to be 2 of Wands upside down. There's going to be a lack of activity, wrong direction, some sort of disagreement, a failure in negotiations, wrong, excessive pride might be a problem. So just be aware of that as well. It's February. March. March, we have Judgment upside down. We got Some sort of unsatisfactory decision as expected, unwanted change, lack of purpose, refusal to let go, disillusionment, loss, failure. So I know these all seem really negative, but like I was saying before, if you go and get healing, it'll help you with your blocks and it'll help you to make better decisions with your friendly neighborhood healers. I am one of them, but there's a whole slew out there. So just go with whoever makes you feel good. All right. So the month after that, so this is April, Page of Wands upside right. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. You're going to have an important and exciting message in that month. It's going to take courage, but you're going to be optimistic, leadership, enthusiastic, self-motivated, creative potential, and inspiration, which is really good. February, March, April. And this is May. May is your Knight of Pentacles, which is a very slow-moving person. If it's a person that's coming towards you, that slow and steady wins the race is this guy. It's patience, perseverance, hard work, practice, ritual, profoundness, trustworthiness, safety, caution, calmness, and seriousness. They're very loyal and they're mature. And then we have February, March, April. We got June here. You're going to have improved working conditions in June, restored faith, and you're going to come out of poverty, which is really good. That's the Five of Pentacles upside down. June, July, you got the Six of Swords, which is reconciling, it's smooth sailings ahead. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. Beneficial change. You can relieve steps. I'm having a hard time talking. Relieve stress. Get rid of conflict or difficulties, which is always good, and just go with the flow, because that's a good thing to do. In August, you have the Four of Pentacles, which is work hard to bring results, solid financial foundations, and continuous learning, and inheritance even. Okay, August, September. September, you have the Star upside down, which is obstacles, disappointments, a bit of disillusionment, pessimism, poor judgment, fleeting happiness, missed opportunity, misfortune, anxiety, loss, tears, poor health. Now, as long as you're aware of all that stuff, you can overcome it either through healing or making more positive decisions when you're feeling a bit more optimistic. Like if you can choose happiness over the negative stuff and just don't listen to your negative self-talk. Next October, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, that's sixth sense, intuition, delicate senses, perceptive, empathy, restraint, gentleness, mysterious benefits, spirituality, generosity, and love of the family. All right. And then overall for the reading, you're going to be busy. Rest time is over. So return to work, healing, and restore. You can restore previous things that you want to restore. So that is that for, how does that resonate with you? The year card was, oh, where did it go? The year card was the Four of Swords upside down. Now, who do I have next? I have Diara. Diara, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hello. Did I unmute?
Hello. No, I hear
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. I can't see it here.
Yes, JC, I totally agree. You just have to take those changes and go with them. All right, Diara. Diara. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, am I? I don't mean to. It's Di, isn't it? Oh no, you got muted again. Ask to unmute.
It's Diara.
Yeah, Diara. Okay, don't mute yourself,
No,
Diara.
hey.
Because then it automatically mutes you and I'm like talking away and yeah, it's just funny. All right. So what you're looking for what's in store for this year, or do you have any other type of questions?
I'll do the yearly one if you don't
Okay,
mind.
that's not a problem.
Okay.
What is in store for Diara this year? I saw that you got my song. Did you like it?
I did.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, your name is definitely memorable. I was like, oh, she's got a really neat name.
Yep.
What is in store this year? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got some good cards here. And 13. I don't think it's going to be that bad a year for you.
About time.
All right. See what we got so far. This is in November. You do have the Eight of Wands upside down, unfortunately. You're going to have some disturbing news. Speed might be exceeded, like people might be testing your boundaries a little too much. You might be elevated, like stressed out. You might have some insecurity. There might be a trip that's canceled as well, which would suck, but it happens. So that's in November. Excuse me.
I hope not. I got a cruise I'm going on in 2 weeks.
Oh no. Well, let us hope that it's not that
Hope
gets
it's something
canceled.
else. I won't cancel that trip.
Yeah, it'll probably be something else.
Okay.
Okay, you have in December, you have the devil.
Mhm.
It's some pessimism, excessive dependence on somebody or something. There's going to be potential unhealthy involvement with someone, unfortunately. There's greed, lust. There's some fear, feeling oppressed. It could be related to addictions, not necessarily that you have, but it could even be other people's addictions. And yeah, it's just some rottenness around December. I hate that. It's always that month that because you got to get together with family, I think that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that we ever have problems with family. No, that's just a fantasy. All right, so we got January. We got some indecisiveness. Some. This is the Knight of Wands upside down. You got some distraction. You're going to be a bit careless. Might have a lack of energy. You got to watch out for depression. And you might be changing your workplace.
Yay! Oh, sorry.
Oh, is that a good thing? Okay, good. I'm
Yes,
glad that's happy news. Yes, that's January.
that's January. Okay, I'm gonna put job.
February.
Sorry.
February, we have the Temperance card. It's upside down. So we got craving, pressure. There might be an overreaction, which you got to be careful of, especially if you're in a new job. You don't want to overreact and freak everybody out. Let's see. There might be too much discord, obsession, volatility. Well, I can't even say that word. Volatility. There we go. You got to be careful of blowing up like a volcano. And yeah, so that's what you can expect in February. And then March, we have the Two of Coins. We have unstable, unbalanced, disorganized, sadness, restlessness, hesitation. You're going to be dealing with some debt, unfortunately, but hopefully any that you have, you'll be able to get paid off. You have to be careful of unwise spending, though, in March. So just make sure you take note of that. And as long as you know about it, then you can avoid it. So what month am I in right now?
We're in April now. It just said March.
March, I said. Okay. So this is April. We got the Empress upside down, which is God, why are you so bad? Sluggishness, abandonment, mistake, sex without love, poverty, sickness, materialism, pregnancy problems. I hope you don't have any of that. I really, really do. If you encounter any of that, you can, like I said, overcome it. So energy healing is really good for getting rid of blockages, like I haven't said 500 times today. And yeah. So the month after that is
May.
In May, you got the Knight of Swords coming to your rescue. It has restlessness, endurance, courage, rigidity, perseverance, unexpected situations, but you can show leadership and trust and boldness and decisive action. Yeah, things are going to get better because you're going to be able to make more decisive decisions and pull yourself out of all that muck that was there before. And then in the month after that, we have the World, which is finding completion, attainment, extreme harmony, end of a journey, extreme pleasure, achieving your goals, fullness, success, ideal state of life. So things are going to feel a lot better that month for sure.
Okay.
And then in regards to your work, because we have the 8 of Pentacles upside down, you have to be careful about being impatient. You're skillful, but don't take any shortcuts. Do ignore self-criticism. You got to be careful of poor workmanship, commercial fraud, abuse of credibility. Yeah, just you got to really be careful of your workmanship that month, but you can't let your negative self-talk get you down either, because it will lie to you so much.
Was that July?
Let's see. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That is July. Yeah,
Okay.
that is definitely July. Okay, in August, you have solid financial foundations because we have the 4 of Pentacles. You're working hard for your money. It's going to bring results. You're going to have continuous learning, possible inheritance from someone, which will be nice. You'll be, in regards to your healing, you'll be dealing with deep-rooted beliefs that you may or may not want to have. So it's always good to be aware of that too. September. September, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is good luck, improvement, opportunity, development, destiny, new doors open, and you get a lucky turn, and you'll have a game of chance, karma. Things are going to get definitely better in September. And then in October, this is really good too. You have the Magician. The Magician is the manifestation card. Like if you have a month of the Magician, it's going to be a really good month for manifesting.
Okay.
You see that next October. So you have action, creativity, creative imagination, confidence, creative power, opportunity, adaptation to change, solidness, and the ability to achieve your goals. And the card for the year is the Page of Cups. You're going to feel some insecurity this year. You might escape from reality a little bit. That's not always a bad thing. You got some loneliness. You might feel a bit abandoned, but you might be a little irresponsible too. And you might watch out for womanizers because they're out there. They might find you this year. I don't know. You just have to beat them at their own game if they do. Womanizer. All right. So what did you think of that reading? Did that resonate with you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I think the next person ran away or put their hand down anyway. Oh, H baby. Okay, I can do you, H baby. Let me unmute you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So let me just get you fresh cards here. Now Matthew's up after me. He's going, Matthew. I keep calling him his
Real
His
life name?
his old name. Yeah, his real life name. That's right. Yes, but yeah, it's supposed to be Tuna Oddfellow, but it says Matthew Adams on the screen. So I think that's why. You're welcome, Margaret. All right. So what is in store for you this year, baby? H baby. That's a great name, by the way. I just have to say.
Well, the thing is, I have AOL. So you know how it is to try to get a username with them, and so you have to like finagle a lot. Yeah. So I wanted to go with Baby Bear because that's what my mother always called me,
Yeah.
but that didn't work. So I had to do as best I could with it.
Aw, that's for the suck. But yeah, that's good that you got that. All right. What do we got here? Dun, dun, dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's a good card. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right. So what we have here in November, we got Judgment, but it's upside right. So that's usually better. You're going to have rebirth. You're going to have growing. You're going to branch off in a new direction. You got, you're going to be awake. You're going to be indulging or being judged. Or wait, judging or being judged. My bad. But the end of a situation will be coming, which is always good if it's a bad situation. You're going to be promoted, possibly. Important changes are going to be happening in November. So just keep an eye out for that. And we have the horrible Empress upside down again. For December, but that's probably because we're going to be dealing with family. We got sluggishness, feelings of abandonment. Mistakes might be made. Poverty from buying too many presents for everybody. Sickness, yes, it seems that way all the time. Sickness, a bit of materialism, and hopefully you're not pregnant because there might be pregnancy problems. But again, all those things can be overcome if you get energy healing and clear your blockages, because that'll help you think better and make different decisions. So in January, we have the Knight of Swords coming to your rescue. That's endurance, courage, perseverance, unexpected situations that'll be positive, leadership. You got to trust, decisive action, and spiritual challenges may arise at that time. So that's January. February, we have the World. That's a really good card. Again, it's ending your completion, attainment, extreme harmony, unanimity. It's just the end of a journey. Pleasure, achieve your goals, success, ideal state of life. So you're going to be really happy in February. And then
That's good. This is my birth month.
That's good. Yeah, that means good things are going to happen. February. March, we got the King of Wands, which is this charmful, powerful, matured, smart dude. Or it could be you, if you choose.
It's probably me.
Cheerful and energetic, loves the challenge, passionate, loyal and prestige and optimism, and yeah, lots of good stuff there. Now, the month after that, we got feelings of defeat, feelings of failure, possible loss, delay. You might lose a victory. The opponent will prevail, which sucks, especially if you're really wanting to win. Because that's the Six of Wands upside down. And that's, let's see, February, March. That's in April. But like I said before, that can be changed. April, May.
Or by then it may not even matter to me anymore.
That's very true. Or actually, if you change your frame of mind within the next month, when you go through all those changes, your whole reading might just completely rearrange itself. And, you know,
Yeah.
because it's all, this is only based upon how you're thinking right now, sort of thing. Because that's the energy I was picking up on as I was doing your cards, sort of thing. So you're going to have some more disappointment with the Ace of Wands upside down, some failed attempts. You're going to feel you wasted your energy. Hopefully no one has impotence or infertility. Poor planning, that sort of thing. But that month. So those 2 months are just going to be not that great, but you can get out of it. Just make different choices. Think more positive. Don't let negative self-talk win. All that good stuff. Go to a healer, get some energy healing. We have the next month after, but there's some really good stuff coming up, just so you know, like in regards to the coming months. You have the Three of Cups upside down, which could be a betrayal. Unfortunately, it could be drunken betrayal, obesity, sex without love, problems in a marriage, which would suck. Exploitation. Don't let people exploit you. Be careful of that. And then the month after that, you have 10 of Cups, which is just amazing. You got prosperity, satisfaction, joy-filled, sincere friendship, a happy family life. So even if you do have family problems, you're going to have lots of happiness afterwards. Eternal love and a wish comes true. So whatever you're wishing for this year, just keep that in mind. It's going to be coming true. The month after that, we got some cunning. It's the Seven of Swords, so it's always this bastard running away with all the swords. He's cunning, he's tricky. He likes to sabotage, hidden or illegal tactics, indirection, and
Must be my
warning.
ex.
Yeah, watch out for him. He might come around that month. That's just gonna suck. Let's see, we got okay. Now, following your ex, you're gonna have, let's see, what do we got? This is the yearly one. This is October, so this is in September. You're going to have to refuse to move forward. You're going to cling to the past, and you're going to be afraid of the unknown, unfortunately. Avoid personal development. Hard to make a commitment. So you're going to run into all those things in September, probably because you're reminded of your ex and all the horrible shit you went through. And then you're going to be like, but I can't do that with somebody else, because then what if I have the same results? You know, that sort of thing.
Yep. I know that feeling now.
Yeah. So in next October, you have the Three of Wands, which is actually quite positive. It's foresight, expansion, advancement, improved status, competitiveness, true effort, and hard work. So, and your overall advice that this card is going to give you for the year is follow your, we got the High Priestess, and she's saying you're going to have enlightenment. You're going to look at your inner self. You're going to understand emotions. You're going to have subconscious feelings about your problems. So follow that. There might be a few hidden problems that you don't see up top right away. You're going to delve into mysterious knowledge and hidden wisdom. So that's the stuff that you got to focus
That
on
made
this year.
sense to me because I was planning on taking a Reiki course.
Oh, I totally recommend Adrienne Blackwell's if you haven't signed up for one. She's such a good teacher, and she's got tons of modalities that she's teaching. So with that being said, it's time for tuna.
Tuna.
Or Matthew Adams, I
Tuna
should
time.
say. It's tuna time. That's right. Everybody break open your tuna. I'm just going to unmute him and let him take over.
All right. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for asking me for a reading. I'm glad that it's going to be mostly positive.
Hello, Tunaverse. I am Tuna Oddfellow, and I hope you can hear me okay. Can you?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
I have been, for some reason, at a very early age, I started being tapped by magic in all sorts of ways. As early as I could imagine, I had a love for stage magic and became a magician by the time I was 4 years old and was exposed to all sorts of illusions of magic. But with that, I very quickly had a bunch of things that I just started realizing that I needed to believe in, and that the magic was in all of us, the magic was all around us. And as I got older, I just found motivational books in my hands at an early age and started learning about magic and motivation. And we're talking about the real magic that's inside of all of us. And what I hope to do today is give you a mix of what you need, or if you specifically want motivation, we'll do motivation. If you specifically want, some readings, we can do some readings. And what I do in terms of my readings is intuitive readings. And what I do in terms of my energy work and my energy healings, I can also provide some of that. I want to say, just on behalf of Wytchwhisper, who I always call Witchy, and on behalf of Kelly Sparta, who was here earlier, uh, while Wytchwhisper didn't say it a lot for her own presentation, we have three very capable people here today who each have their own gifts. Whoever you're drawn to, there is a $97 offer that's available as a link on the website, and that's going to be there for you if you decide that you want to work with one of us. But with that being said, uh, let me say to you, hello. Let's take a moment to relax, get into a headspace where we could all take in the moments and take in what is going to come from me, what's going to come from the universe, and what has already come from all the other speakers who were here today. Namaste. I'm letting my guides guide me to give you the answers that we already know. We all know these answers. It's just we forget them. And it's easy to forget your worth, your value, who we all are, and what we're capable of doing. And sometimes we just need a little kick to let us know that we're not alone and that we do have the ability to control the world around us and to manifest. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why, but for some reason, manifestation happens around me, and it happens in what feels to me a disproportionate way than other people who I've known have that manifestation. I see the symbols in the universe that lead me to things, and I can teach you how to do that too. I can teach you to dream again, believe again, have that magic again in what you do. And with that being said, please, in the comments, tell me what you need from me today, what you need from the universe today, what you need to know. And I will take it from there and find what we can do together to give us what we all need. Guidance is important. Guidance is something that comes from strange places, and you never know where it's going to come. Uh, H baby, do you want to actually talk with me and come on, come in voice, and we'll talk a little bit and we'll figure out exactly what guidance you need and take it from there. And we can have Witchy unmute you. And then afterwards, Colleen, what are her next steps to serve or how to make money? That's a good question, and that's important. And okay, that's fine. You don't have to talk in voice, but I will certainly see, let me see if I can even, are you on video? Are you somebody? Oh, no, you're not. That's okay. I am here for you. And as long as you can see me or hear me, that's really all that matters right now. Let me ask you this, okay? I just want to get a clearer picture of where you're at. What kind of guidance are you looking for? What is it that you need from the universe? What are you going through that you feel needs the guidance most right now?
Are you asking me since I'm unmuted? Colleen, were you asking?
I was asking H baby, and I don't know.
I sorry, I thought you were done talking to H baby.
No,
Sorry.
sorry, H baby, wants to know what guidance they need, and to know their purpose, they feel adrift. Do you have a hobby or a passion that keeps you going? Okay. Usually when I'm lost, it's the passions that I care about that I find myself in. And maybe one of your passions has not been tapped the way that it should. For me, I spent most of my life as a stage magician and became obsessed back in the 80s with playing with a little synthesizer and never actually playing my music. And I would play it for myself, and I spent decades now playing my music for me and never playing it for anybody else. At some point, I decided that wasn't going to be enough for me. Now, a little bit of my background for the past 20 years, I've been developing a performance art piece that I do in a virtual world called Second Life, which is actually where I met Wytchwhisper. And I was able to touch people's lives through a show that involved visual stimulation. And in fact, some people find that the visual stimulation in my show helps them to relax, helps them to meditate, or people who can't meditate normally find ways that my art and my experience, it gives them the opportunity to just relax and let go. Take your art and your music and figure out what you can do to take your art to the next level. What does your art do? What can your art do that you haven't yet done with it to touch other people? I have a mission statement that I made a long, long time ago, always thinking that, well, maybe at some point I'd expand on that mission statement and it would become something else. And I created it back when I was 20 years old, and it never changed. My own personal mission is to touch everybody who crosses my path with magic. And with the music and the art and the ability to share with all of you and to help you, H baby, to maybe get out of your shell and take yourself to the next level. Maybe that will do the things you need to untap where you're feeling right now and to not feel adrift. Do you meditate? Do you find ways to relax and to focus on what you need next? Okay. So take that meditation, add to that meditation a focus on finding your purpose, because you're the one who really knows the answer. You're the one who can really unlock your next step. You know, I can go to my guides and I can ask them what I'm supposed to be teaching you and telling you right now. But if you are talking to your guides and your guides are there to help you, then ask your guides what your purpose is. If you don't know who your guides are, if you've never found your guides, if you've never felt connected to them, meditate and ask the universe to show you your guides, because your guides want to share with you things and teach you things too. And maybe they're going to be a voice in your head. Maybe they're just going to be symbols that happen in the world around you. Spirit guides, yes. Your spirit guides, see, and that's so for the next month, look around you at all of the owls that pop up in your universe and take those as a sign of where you need to go next. Focus on your owl when you're meditating and get some answers from your owl. Has this helped you? Good. If you need anything else from me, my email will be available. In fact, let's use the fishthemagish@gmail.com email, because that will be the easiest. And when I put together my link for the replay of this, that's what I'm going to use. And maybe Wytchwhisper can put that in the comments as well. But I'm fishthemagish@gmail.com. And if you want further guidance, I'm here for you. I want to make the magic happen in everybody's worlds, and hopefully we can do that together. Thank you. Okay, now let's look at who was looking for guidance.
You mentioned Colleen earlier. That's why I thought you wanted me to unmute her next.
Colleen is next, yes. So
Okay.
Colleen, are you ready?
Yes, hi, Matthew. AKA.
Hello.
I was gonna say I'm vegan. I don't do tuna right now. I can't eat it.
Okay. I I was a magician doing magic for many years, so people have all sorts of fish jokes that they've given at me. In fact, I went by the name of Fish the Magician. I follow the fisherman's oath, and that's to solemnly swear to tell the trout the whole trout and nothing but the trout, so help me cod.
Love it.
Anyway, that's a small scale of what I do with that. Enough of that. We're not here to pun, we're here to help you. Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to roll back here, but describe to me exactly what it is you're thinking about and what you're needing today.
Well, I had an awakening in 2019. I was the wave of the awoken in 2019, and I was told I was meant to help the collective, leave my husband and my kids. Humanity needed me to heal, grow, learn, and then heal others. I'm in debt. I can't make enough money to pay my rent. I'm a shaman by initiation, but didn't even have the money to pay for the proper shamanic training. The spirits were
Right.
coming through my mirrors to attack me. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a biofield tuning practitioner. I'm an astrologer. So I have all these tools in my toolkit,
Right.
and yet I don't have enough clients. I'm told to get out there. I'll get on TikTok. I was guided to go to TikTok. I get no clients, and then I'm a projector. If anybody knows human design, you're not supposed to actively pursue. People are supposed to be attracted to your energy. And I'm
Right.
getting frustrated because I'm here to serve the collective and I'm not serving enough people. And
Right.
I still have bills to pay in the meantime. So I know some things are in divine timing, but it's like, what can I do now? What steps do I need? I'm always looking at healing. I'm always doing healing every week on myself. While I wait for certain things to line up. But I even had a picture on my wall that says when one door closes, another opens. I sold it because I got so pissed that no doors were opening. And I was trying all these avenues, trying to get
Right.
other jobs in other areas and sending out resumes, and I can't even get hired in the matrix. So it's like I got one foot in the
Right.
matrix, one foot out of the matrix, and I kind of need guidance on where I need to put my energy because I feel like my energy's going into 10 different directions and I'm still in circles, not going anywhere.
Right. I lived in the Matrix for a long time, as a lot of us do. And I did the 9 to 5 job and I did you know, I did stuff that was very, you know, not fulfilling. And some of it that was fulfilling, like helping the world and helping the environment and helping people and being, able to teach other people how to do that too, which was part of my other path of how I made a difference in people's worlds. But one of the things that you have to do is accept that while you are not doing what you do to reach the largest group of people, value each connection that you have, you know, and enjoy and respect every small connection that you have, because my mission is not to, have 5,000 people in front of me at once and get the message to all of them. That doesn't always work. I have to I have to crawl before I can walk before I could run, and all of that. Same with you. And as we do this, we don't know when the door is going to open wide for us. I've had crazy things manifest for me. I had my spiritual awakenings happen at different points. I went through a dark night of the soul back in, October, and I found myself moving from Texas to Canada because I was in a horrible situation that I needed to get out of, you know, and I was given the belief and the power that I could do it, even though I had no means to do it. I had every obstacle standing in my way. And then we did some ritual, we did some, healing work on me. And by me in this by we, it was in this case, it was me and Wytchwhisper. And she's the one who showed me this video about your dark night of the soul. And I just watched it, and it was this long video that had all these interesting visuals in it, and it went very fast, and it had all of these ideas in it. And I'm like, wow, this really is me. You know, I'm not in the place that I need to be. I'm being karmic. I'm being hurt from what I'm going through. It feels like it feels like this is just a nightmare that doesn't end. And of course, we talked about, I don't think it was, who was it who said earlier that, we choose our parents. And when we choose our parents, we also choose the path that we have to go through. And that takes us through everything that we did. And it affects the choices that we all make. Well, again, I hope that what I'm saying so far is making sense to you. Can I just let the guides, let what's coming out of me come out of me, because it's what you're meant to hear. It's what I'm meant to say. I am a online celebrity in a small little niche world, where I have little groups of people in rooms, like this one, who come and they see what I do. It's not TikTok, it's a virtual world, but they come and there are people who look at what I do and they're like, oh, wow, this is really cool. This is really wonderful. And their lives are better for it. Find your tribe. Find the people in TikTok who will listen to you and know who you are. Find your tribe in places like we're in right now and let your tribe in. Learn from them and teach them too, because you know a whole lot to give to others, or you wouldn't have had the spiritual awakening in 2019, right? And we really, the magic of what we're all doing is not about what I know or about what you know or Witchy knows or Kelly knows or the next person who you know who's the healer who you also know. It's about what we all know collectively. And you have a lot of those answers inside of you. You can't necessarily tap them or haven't been able to tap them the way that you want to. But sometimes it's we want to do things our way, and we have to look at the ways in which the successful TikTokers are marketing themselves. And we have to work on that and go, all right, I don't like that because I'm not a marketer. I can sell ice to Eskimos, but I can't sell it from myself, you know? And that's the truth with me because I was in sales for decades. And if it was somebody else's intangible product, you know, I could sell it. If I was selling my own intangible product, including the idea that my magic shows would create a value to you if they were at your event, I needed somebody else to do that for me. But today with the internet, we have all sorts of cheat sheets and ways that'll help us to do that. And the answers to TikTok are looking at the people who have done it and to try to emulate what they're doing. I'm thinking about doing a TikTok. I'm actually thinking about what kind of social media Second Life combination I want to do because I want to take my visuals and use them in a way that's going to help people with the stuff that they're going through to help people heal. But then also take my visuals entertainingly and turn it into a TikTok experience or a Zoom experience. I'm thinking about a Zoom experience because I like this format and that we can sit in a room together and we can do things together and have a party. I mean, really, that's what we're doing right now. We're having a party together. It's all about sharing what we love together and you and everybody else here sharing what they're going through. And I hope that that answers some of your questions. I can sit here and talk to you forever, I probably, and I don't want to because I don't want to neglect anybody else. If you want to talk to me more, you'll have my email. If you want to talk with anybody else more, please reach out to them, whoever resonates with you today. And, you know, it's about being accessible to everybody and building community.
Okay,
And we love what we do.
thank you. I
You're
love it
very
too. I just want to help more people, and that's what's the frustrating part.
well. Let's talk about that more and let's brainstorm together so that we can all reach more people. Thank you very much. And I think
Who's
anything else?
next? Who's next,
Okay.
Tuna? Who do you
Who's
want next?
who do I want next? Let's see. Let's do. I am scrolling through here. So much has happened. Born me, guidance. Da, 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 da. I see my link. I'm just scrolling. I'm not seeing anybody who's raising their hands. Who's raising their hands? Or who's asking for more guidance?
Well, I don't see anybody raising their hands right away. You guys can either raise your hand or put your question in the chat, and then Matthew could answer what you guys are asking, if you so wish. So if anybody has any of that. Anybody? No, just kidding. Huh. Okay. Well, Matthew, you're just gonna have to talk. They want to hear you talk, obviously, because they're not asking you questions or asking you to read. So
That's perfectly fine. And I can certainly talk, and I can certainly provide some wisdom and some guidance to everybody in what I'm saying. And hopefully, as you're listening to this, as you're watching this, we could do things to build energy for everybody. I'm going to do something that my guides are telling me to do. And again, I'm a intuitive tarot reader, and when I do it, it's intuitive. I'm being told to draw 3 cards. Now, to me, being a magician all my life, the cards are often just a prop for what we're trying to do. And I can't see my own image, so I don't know if I'm in the shot the right way. Let's see here. There I am. So now when I do this and I go like this, I can go, okay, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm here. And we have a deck of playing cards, a little magic, a little mystery, a little fun. No. But that's like me when I was a street magician for many years. So when I say affecting and touching all the people around you, whether it's a small group or a large group, it's creating magic for the people around you. I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to shuffle the cards. And I've been shuffling them all throughout as well. And I'm going to cut to one card. And this is a tarot reading, which is for all of us. Everybody who's hearing this is part of this. I'm going to say not 3 cards, but 3 piles of cards, piles of 2. There's 1 pile of 2, 2 piles of 2, and 3 piles of 2. Those piles are going to represent the past, the present, and our future. And in the past, we all are dealing with some challenges in our lives. I see the 8 of Swords in our past, and the 8 of Swords is right side up. It's about being restrained. And I think that makes a lot of sense because all of us are here for a reason, and we're here to get out of the restraints that we're in and to go to our next levels. See, there she is. And the card deals with siege, it deals with slavery, it deals with corrective restraint, isolation, unable to move, paralyzation, intellectual detention, self contained, blindfolded interference, frustration. So, it trapped, and this is the immediate past for all of us. And the next card I have is also right side up. And that card, I'll show it up to see if you can see it. But when I go too close, it disappears. That's not me doing magic. That's my virtual background kicking in. But is that card is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups deals with these darn cards are shiny and it makes it harder. Harmony, childhood, rejuvenation, old friends, and you're dealing with nostalgia, recalling your childhood, thinking of the past, knowing things that happened in your world of your past, and reflecting on it. Because this is face up, this is remembering the good things that we all did. And then we get to the present. And in the present, we have a right side up. Let's see here. It's a Five of Cups, and it says smooth start at the top of it. And it says loss, departure, sadness. And then we have judgment, and judgment is upside down for us. Judgment card symbolizes, it's hesitation, delay, putting things off, dissatisfaction, unsatisfactory feelings, unwanted change, a lack of purpose, which, again, is what some of us expressed today, feeling like our need to achieve, our need to serve, our need to get to our next level isn't there. And that's pretty spot on with how today's readings have been in terms of how we're reading each other and how we're dealing with the energies of each other has been. And finally, we have the near future. And in the near future, we have the Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins. And the Seven of Coins is all about the potential of work and success. So we can achieve what we need to achieve. We have those abilities. We have to wait for results, be patient, and know that if we do what we need to do, and we do what we know is the right path for us, whether it's because we just know, we have a guidebook that's a physical guidebook of what comes next, or our guides are telling us, our spiritual guides are saying, go this way. We will continue and we will get to that point where we are achieving what we need. And reflect on your achievements. Don't sell yourself short. Know that you have done stuff, whether or not you give yourself credit for it. Because we all do things that we minimize, and we can be our own worst enemies at not realizing how far we've come, because we look ahead at us and we see how far we've yet to go. We all have miles to go before we sleep, but we need to be able to know how far we've come. And the other card is the Magician upside down. I'd rather the Magician be upside right. The Magician is my card. It's about manifesting. It's about making things happen. It's about making the things that you need happen, and it's your ability to manifest. And sometimes our belief in what we're capable of manifesting gets in the way of our ability to manifest what we need. You have all the tools to get all the right things done. if you don't stand in your own way. And but upside down, this card deals with our weaknesses and our delay, our unrealistic goals, and making mistakes. We're gonna make mistakes. It's okay. It's part of it. Okay. If we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't get right. If we didn't start learning how to sing a song without knowing the words and having all the words in front of us, we wouldn't be able to then get to a point where the song is internalized. We all go through these phases in life where we start off consciously incompetent, unconsciously incompetent. That is, we don't know that we don't know what we don't know. And then at some point, we start studying what we need to know. And we figure out all the things that we don't know. And at that point, we start becoming consciously competent. That is, or consciously incompetent first. That is, we know that we don't know what we don't know. And then at some point on our journey, we become consciously competent. That is to say, that we realize that we have to work at it. We have to think about it. We have to look at our crib sheets. We have to go back and look at the books. But if we do the right things and we check our work and we do it carefully, we get the results that we're looking for because we've become consciously competent. And then the final path on our journey is becoming unconsciously competent. That is when we don't have to think about where we've gone and we're just there. And the answers come to us because we've known them and they're there for us. And we're all striving to be that. And because we're all constantly and never-endingly improving who we are going to have areas that we are consciously competent, areas that we are consciously or we're unconsciously competent. And it's not just a boom, you're there. It's a we have to work at these things. We have to get better at these things. We have to love ourselves, be good for ourselves, care for ourselves, and find the people in our lives who reinforce that for us and get rid of the people in our lives who are harming us. Change the people who you surround yourself with, or change the people who you surround yourself with, literally. Either make sure you're with people who support you, or find people who will support you to allow your dreams to come true. And this would be if we stopped here and we went with the past, the present, the future, the immediate past, present, and future. But how much time do we have?
You have about 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
And if so, what are you going to do in 20 minutes? If you aren't doing anything exciting, I want to reading.
You want to read it? I will do something. Well, I'm going to do the last two cards of this that I usually do, which is, the last three cards, which is our long-term future. Okay. And then once I've done our long-term future, then I'm going to do the witchy reading.
Okay.
And I will do that for you. And I will give you any other, advice that you need.
Sounds good.
Again, I believe that the cards are sometimes just a prop, and that part of what we're doing is we're tapping into what our guides are telling us to do, and we're tapping into what our heart is telling us to say. And it's a lot of what needs to be there for our readings to be heartfelt.
Okay, well, just tell me to unmute when you're ready.
Okay, awesome. So we have two final cards, and those cards I haven't even pulled yet because I didn't know if I was going to do this at the time, but I was drawn to do so. So let's mix the cards. I'm making them, so I'm going to take the cards, I'm going to mix them. I'm also going to put them so some of them are face up and some of them are face down. And if any of you have a tarot deck there, feel free to pull one card of your own and let that card be and keep one card of your own, put it face down. Don't even look at it yet if you have a card. And we'll look at that card at the end too. Because that card might mean something for us too, I think. Because we're all part of this. So here we go. Last three cards. These are the long-term future. In the long-term future, we have two face-up cards and one face-down card. We'll start with the bad news first. It's the the right side down card, and the right side is temperance. And temperance, right side up, would deal with, and I have to actually see, these cards are shiny and it makes them hard to read, and it makes me crazy because it seemed like a great idea at the time. Oh yeah, I want holograms in my cards. Well, the cleanliness of theory is no match for the messiness of life. All right. So the card says moderation, reconnection, healing, angelic guidance. Of course, it's upside down, so it's going to have a little bit of a more difficult answering for us. We're dealing with fanatic energy, over, overstrain, craving, pressure, overreaction, too much, discord, obsession, impatience, volatility, moody, inconsistent, credulity, and hesitancy. Don't let this card get you, and don't think that any of these cards can't be changed in our future. These cards are, the ghost of Halloween's future. Not, and those ghosts don't necessarily need to stay here for us. We can do what we need to make the changes so that this card maybe turns itself right side up for us if we think about it consciously. And we have right side up, we have the three of coins, the three of pentacles. And the three of pentacles deals with early stages of achievements, first bonuses, job related to status, a chance to make money, professional development, competitiveness, and attention to details. And part of those attention to details is what we're doing now. We're greasing up all of our cogs and our wheels, and we're smoothing ourselves so that we can actually get ourselves to be more effective and better. We're going through some of the learning stages right now in whatever we're doing, and things are going to get better for us, and they're going to be better all around. And I think this is a nice way to end it off. We have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is right side up and promises an honorable and decent man. Now, that man could be an actual man in our lives, or it can be a symbolism for what the world comes to us and hands us. And that's for us and our guides to determine and what that means exactly. But what we're dealing with here is charm, power, maturity, intellect, ambition, assertiveness, independence, cheerful and energetic, love the challenge, passion, loyalty, prestige, optimism, and generosity. That's what the world's going to hand us in the future. All in all, I think this is a good reading for all of us. It's got its challenges, and so does life. But it's how we face it and how we walk through it that's going to make the difference. And with that, I would like to finally give Wytchwhisper her reading. And let me just mix these for a moment so that I have the cards focused on your energy.
Okay. I just uh I just wanted like the next 12 months. So you only need to pull 12 cards or
Okay.
13 cards. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess because one of them is for the year. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. And sure. I have this song in my head that was actually the commercial for, I'm sorry,
Commercial. Oh no, he's frozen. I poke him, will he come
have
back?
cats. And the the song is actually January, chow 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 chow, February, chow 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 chow. Yeah, yeah, my heart's in a whirl. I love my little calendar cat every day of the year. Anyway, I was guided by my guides to sing that for you. All right. I hope that
Because
made
of the cats. The
because
cats are saying that to you.
cats are saying that. It must be our cat guides. Okay, so here we go. I'm a very silly person, and I hope that's okay. Here we go. We go one, a two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. The bottom card, the 13th card, is the one that I have as the year card.
Okay.
I'm going to put the year card aside for now.
Yeah. It's just tricky because you got to go from November to like, yeah, it's a tricky spread because you go November is the first month and then, yeah,
Well, in the case of this, it's going to be easy because we're going, basically, your job is to remember what
the
month we're on.
month.
My
Okay.
job is simply to read the cards. Okay.
All
And
right.
we're going to interpret this as well. And again, here we go. So we're going,
November.
no, I knew that part.
Oh,
Okay. November. And in November, we got the Wheel of Fortune upside
woo,
down. All
that's
right.
awesome.
Yeah, upside down. So it's
Oh,
sorry, it's upside down. Failure, wrong turn, sluggishness, unfortunately, disappointment, dead end, uh priest, feast of the, hold on, resist the beneficial changes, and it will get worse. Ah,
before it
okay,
gets better.
or it gets better. And so we have to deal with that. And when I say we,
I mean you. Or you mean me. Yeah, I'm going to refuse to resist beneficial changes.
yes. So we're going to do what we need to fix this. We're going to do, you know, part of what we need to do to make this not a problem for us is to do some magic together and to make sure that the universe is stopping the obstacles from being there and
Yeah,
to change our energy to do that. And that's what I would do for anybody who was here, would be not just to give you the problem, but also to work on the solution. Because just knowing all these things are going to happen and having the doom and gloom isn't useful. It's how we can fix it.
right.
And now we go December.
No. Or yes, you're right.
Yes, I'm right. And December, and December is one of my favorite cards because it represents us, but he's upside down.
Of course he is.
It's the Hermit.
Oh,
Um,
Every
so,
time I poke you, you unfreeze. Just saying.
well, every time you poke me, I would unfreeze. Okay. Okay. Um, so self-deception, isolation, forced silence, suspicion, self-pity, anxiety, only care about yourself,
Ooh,
self uh fear of intimacy, focus on the outside, uh carelessness, and lack of connection.
right.
Again, these are all things that can be worked on.
Yes.
You have patience with yourself and patience with the people around you and the cats around you.
Yes.
The
I
cats
agree.
up all the time.
Well, the cats give unconditional love, which helps. Yeah.
Yes. And that is December. So now comes January. And in January, we have the Ace of Pentacles upside down. And that's
Oh,
struggle to struggle to the last, stagnant income, exhaustion, unfulfilled promises, uncertainties, poor planning, displeasure, an unwise decision, and carelessness.
okay.
I hate this reading.
It's
But
okay.
again, it's part of
It's where
it's
my mind is at right now. I'm obviously influencing the cards in a bad way.
right. You should be singing negative self-talk song
I should, yeah.
and reminding yourself to stop having it. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, you know, it's just it's where you're dealing with right now,
Yeah. Well, it's January.
January. And
Yeah.
but maybe things will change between now and then, and your focus will get better because of what you're doing to prepare.
Right.
And part of the having a year in front of you is being able to steer the wheel.
Right.
You know, we have free will. We all
That's
have,
right.
and it's not just about the cards. In fact, sometimes we rely on the cards too much, and we want to just do a reading, and we don't like the way the reading goes today, so we go to another reader, or we read it again. And instead of living, we're reading. Um, so now comes February. Chow, 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 chow. And February is the Ace of
Is the what? Okay. He's not unfreezing this time. Pokety poke, poke, poke. No, it's not happening. Oh, I wonder what's going on.
not ready for love. Well, we'll
What?
do
I'm not ready for love. Is that what it said?
that's what it's saying. Again,
It's entirely possible. Sometimes I'm not. Yeah.
right. Well, again, these are guides. These might unlock what needs to happen to shift things and change things. All right. And then we get to March. And that, by the way, is having love problems during like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's sad and tragic.
It is. And then March. And March is a right side up card. And it's the Queen of Pentacles.
Oh, yay.
Yay. And so, Queen of Pentacles, we're dealing with a trustworthy woman, and it deals with fertility, and it deals with prosperity and sensuality and love of nature.
Oh no, you're freezing again. Come back. Come back. Oh, he'll be back. Yeah. He really will. Come back. That's weird. I don't know why it does that.
Totally freezing to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were totally frozen.
Okay. Were you able to hear me?
No. Well, I mean, if I removed an ear, I could have, but I didn't.
Well, then I don't know if people lost what I said.
They
So,
did.
Queen of
Yeah.
Pentacles, and it was upside down. Queen of Pentacles, and we're dealing with fertility, prosperity, sensuality, love of nature, hospitality, sharpness, abundance, luxury, responsible, resourcefulness, safety, creativity, confidence, and nurture.
What month is that again? March?
That's March.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. So, and of course, starting to get warmer. So we're not going through like, the hell cold of Canada during the winter time as much. Although
Oh,
it's
it is not. Only an American would say that. Just
oh, oh,
saying.
oh, oh, I see.
Cold. I mean, as long as you're indoors most of the time, it's not that big a deal. The hell
Well,
cold
I'm
can.
indoors. I'm indoors, but I'm indoors most of the time. I said the hell cold of Canada.
Right.
Okay.
So what's after March? We have March, April.
April is next, and I'd be a fool not to tell you about April. Uh, April, by the way, is actually upside right again,
Yay.
and it's the Eight of Pentacles. So we're talking about talent, education, craftsmanship, uh, research, self improvement, enthusiasm for work, savings, diligence, uh, and dedication.
Right.
All good things, and you know, all about education and achievement.
Okay. And the next month?
The next month is May. In May, we have another right side up card. Do do do
Yay.
do 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 do. Here comes the sun. Yes, it's all right. Do, 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 do.
It's
And
the sun? Really?
part on it really is.
Oh, cool.
Little darling, it's been a long, dark, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. And here we are. And that's right. We're not only readers, we're entertaining too, I hope. All right. Achievement, optimism, vitality, ambition, self confidence, enlightenment, clear thinking, satisfaction, masculinity, happiness, and prosperity. And of course, it's all about success, good health, and festivities.
Cool.
Yes. And that was May.
Was it? Was it May?
Well, the last one was April, so that's May. That's
Okay.
chronological and all. And then we go. We
I'm
have
bad. I'm so bad at keeping track. It's like doing math.
August, September, October. Yeah, it looks like October. It looks like we're correct. And then I also have the year at the end. So we're doing right.
Good, good.
So March. So now we're on June.
June. Yeah.
And June, we have a upside down card. And the card, well, you can't appreciate the good of the year without the bad of the year.
Right, right. Yeah.
We
No, that's very
have,
true.
and we've played with decks that don't give you bad news. And that might not be realistic either.
No.
So the Chariot is about
It's a chariot upside down.
chariot upside down. Determination, victory, and journey is what it normally means.
Yeah.
Upside down, it's a little more challenging because you're going in the wrong direction.
Right, right.
You have a lack of judgment,
Oh,
reckless actions, failure, overbearingness, unfairness, scattered energy. We're going to have to do like a lot of like lightings of candle and doing energy work and building the altar that's sitting there ready to be built,
yeah, I know.
and building one for me, and making all of these things happen so that we can be have stronger wards on such things,
Right, right.
and looking into our spirit guides more, because I think that's going to be important too. And scattered energy, trouble, pressure, weak, incomplete relationship, and insecure and suspicious.
Right.
Hugs. That's
Okay.
but I
Let's
just
skip
had
to the next month. That would be my birthday month in July.
the birthday month is in July, and in July we have a right side up card, and it is the Seven of Cups.
Oh. Okay.
It could have been worse. It
Yeah,
could have been,
it could have been worse, yeah. It
yeah,
just means I have a lot of choices.
yeah. Opportunity and extreme. A difficult choice, too many choices, cannot decide, random thoughts, wishful thinking, poor concentration, uncertainty, scattered energy, illusion, and the inability to cope. See, sometimes these things are hard to deal with,
I'm
even
gonna be a hot mess all year. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so give me uh, August.
August.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
If it's bad,
August.
you can tell me. I can take it.
August is the Six of Swords upside down.
Okay.
I couldn't have, oh my God. All right. So we have busy, continue to act. The rest time is over. A request to act. Return to work. Healing, restore, restore previous. So it's really not that bad a card.
No, no, it's a
It,
good card generally.
Mhm. And it's about, you need to rest. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do passive things, and you need to take quiet moments. But at the same time, because it's upside down, you
Take
need
your
to
own
get
time.
back to work,
Yeah.
you know? So how do you do that when the card generally symbolizes the rest part?
Well, I
How good
could, I could
rest?
lay on my bed and do most of my stuff from my cell phone.
Well, okay, that's fair.
That's a meeting in the middle of the two things, the rest and the continue your work sort of thing.
Yeah. And now we're on to
September.
September, my birthday month.
Yeah.
And my birthday month, it's a right side up card. It's the Queen of Swords. Strong will, sharp mind, sarcasm, autonomy, ambition, cognitive ability, profound insight, right decision, independence, and fighting for yourself. And it says, a smart and sharp woman.
Cool. What's after that? September. So what's the October card?
The final October month. And we end the year with a right side up card.
Oh, good.
and it's a King of Cups.
Oh my.
Yeah. And the King of Cups is
Well, don't wait. Is that October or is that the yearly card?
October.
October's the King of Cups.
Yeah. October's the King of Cups. Do you know what the King of Cups is?
I know who the King of Cups
The
is.
King of Cups is a proposal.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
also it's also a it's also a Pisces.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's also, it says on the side, it says a proposal. And then it says, and it's also a yes card and social offers, suggestions, a new opportunity, new lover, new experiences, seduction, intuition, narcissism. Er,
Narcissism.
Yeah,
Wow.
an attractive offer and the proposal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so what's the yearly card then?
the yearly card, drum roll, please. Go. Bing. The yearly card is right side up, and it is the Seven of Swords.
Oh no. Yeah.
So
Okay. I can take it.
it's theft and dishonesty is
Mm-hmm.
the overall meaning of that card.
Yeah.
Deception, prudence, cunning, trickery, falsity, sabotage, hidden or illegal tactics, indirect action, and warning.
Wow. Okay. That's all right. I can deal
And
with
that,
that. I obviously have to do some energy healing.
well,
And I'm going to do some tarot spells.
yep, do some tarot spells. And I know a good energy healer for you, and you know a good energy healer for me. And so maybe together we could help each other, or you could find one that speaks to you.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, that sounds good. And everybody should do that.
Right.
Find
What
healers that
resonates with you?
speak to you, resonate with you. All right, I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. I know that I originally had hoped to go up to 6 o'clock PST, but unfortunately one of our people canceled today, so it's a little bit shorter than it would have been. Yeah, so we're just going to end it probably now. I do want to thank everybody for coming. I I want to thank everybody for asking for readings, and I hope you all enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you again. And yeah, if you want my free song, check it out on the website. And yeah, thanks, Jan. I appreciate that. Thank you, H baby. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diara. Good night, everyone. I hope you all get lots of candy.
Thank you so much. It was great being here.
I have a show at 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be in an hour. So thank you, Jan. Good wishes to you too. May you all have a happy year.
Blessed be.
Blessed be. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
I have to end the recording. Yes.